Doug, you're up.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Doug Tudor, and I'm running for Congress in Florida's 12th district. I am not a veteran politician, I'm a veteran. In 2008, I retired from the United States Navy as a Master Chief Petty Officer. It's the Navy senior enlisted rank. I have to tell crowds that. I know I don't have to tell this crowd. Final 6 years of my career, I served on the personal staff of 3 commanders Central Command: General Tommy Franks, General John Abizade, and Admiral Bill Fallon. With these gentlemen, I've deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan each 33 times. I loved my Navy career. I come from a military family. My father was a World War II Silver Star recipient. He was also a Master Chief. When I got pinned in 2004, I was pinned with the same anchors that he was pinned with in 1964. My wife is an Air Force Master Sergeant serving in Special Operations Command. I loved my Navy career, and I would have liked to have stayed another 5 or 10 years. But I couldn't, because even as I was serving in uniform, I saw our civilian elected officials running our country over a cliff. And I left the most secure job in America during one of the worst economic times in my lifetime. Because I said that I at least have to try to make a difference. I have to go out and make the argument, if nothing else. So I threw in my hat and I ran for Congress in 2008. I ran against a kid named Adam Putnam. At the time, he was the 3rd ranking Republican in the U.S. House. He outspent us 18-1, but we took over 137,000 votes. We took 42.5% of the vote, which made us, I want to get this right, the 2nd most successful challenger that didn't win. You have to put that last part in there. Well, as the tide changes, Mr. Putnam announced the night of the election that he was leaving his leadership post, and 2 months later, 3 months later, what turned out to truly be a Super Sunday, he announced that he would not run for re-election, so we have an open seat. We also have a 3-way general election. There's going to be Doug, there's going to be a Republican, and there's a guy named Randy Wilkinson who's a Polk County Commissioner. So he's a proven vote getter. He's won countywide 4 times. He currently is the only elected Tea Party official in America. And he is truly, I mean, he's running, Tea Party of Florida is an actual party. It's not just, you know, a bunch of lunatics. Well, okay, I'll back up. I'll take that part back. But he's actually running. So we have a 3-way general election. He's a proven vote getter. We know the only votes he's going to take are from the Republican candidate. So we have the clearest path for a Democratic victory in Florida 12 since 1992 when Charles Kennedy won that seat. We're going to talk about issues up here tonight, so I'm not going to bore you with that. I wanted to say one thing that the other gentleman didn't say. First of all, Mr. Eaton, Mr. Golden, thank you for allowing me to come into your district. I promise I'm not going to try and take too much of the money out of it. But one of the things none of my friends up here said tonight is we as candidates, it's a tiresome job. You're out doing this 3 or 4 nights a week. You don't get to be with your family. My wife doesn't come out with me because she's active duty military. And rightfully so, our military should be apolitical. But what your candidates need from you is what I call the 3 T's. Your time, your talent, or your treasure. Hopefully all of them. We knocked over 1,100 doors last weekend. That's because folks are willing to go out in the hot Florida sun and knock on doors and tell them they have a candidate, actually it's candidates supporting, that they're supporting. Time, talent, treasure. Your talent. We have a great friend right here, William, who for the Democratic Veterans Caucus of Florida, on his own time, his own dime, built us this beautiful website. That's his talent, and he used it to help Democrats. We need your treasure. We had, you know, I don't know if any of us will ever do $1 million television ad buys, but it costs money just to drive here. It costs money to print those nice things. So we need your time, talent, and your treasure. Lastly, and I'll leave you with this because Dennis is getting ready to pull the hook on me. You may not be able to vote for me. Matter of fact, if you live here, you can. But you can do what my friend Art's done, and he's put me in touch with people in my district up in Lakeland where he went to school way back when. You can do what my new friend Morris is going to do for me because he used to live up in Sun City Center, and that's in my district. So spread the word. That's part of your time, talent, and your treasure. Thank you. My name's Doug Tudor.
Thank you, Doug. Now we'll go into the question part of the program, and we'll just do it the same way. We'll ask a question from here at the chair and then just move right down the line. The first thing that we'll talk about, the Pentagon has a terrible record of taking care of our money. We send them money, or they borrow money from China, and they spend it in ways that no one knows. And they, by their own inspectors general, they tell us that they cannot do an audit of their books. That should be unacceptable, I would think. Our group thinks so. The Congressional Budget Office says the Pentagon cannot be audited. This has to change. They're asking right now for $33 billion plus to send more troops to Afghanistan. And with that $33 billion, that puts us still in the top 10 of all the countries in the world spending on defense. And I would be willing to bet you that those other countries know where their money's going. So the question is, as a candidate, when you're elected, what are you going to do up in Congress to make sure the Pentagon accounts for our money?
Thank you, Jim. Well, the main thing you have to do is you have to expose the corruption, and it's everywhere. It's not just a little bit, it's not just kind of here and there. And the bottom line in any business, mysterious accounting is a problem. The government gets away with it, and bottom line is they shouldn't be. So anything they are hiding needs to be exposed. And I know from the black projects, they were very, very happy about their budgets. They never had to worry for the same reason, because they were never reviewed. So what you have to do is you have to literally call these people out on the floor and say, you don't get any money until you tell us exactly where it's going. Next, you'll find the people who block that procedure, and then you expose them, you put them on the hook, and you make sure the public's aware of it. Thank you.
Will you do that?
Okay.
Want to go down the road, or?
No, we'll just take it in order like we did before. Just keep that same order.